Hi folks, in this video I want to give you a basic introduction and background on how the machine is going to work. This will also help in diagnosing problems because if the machine fails and if something's not working, the way I break it down is I want to see if the machine first has power, I want to see if the machine's getting water, then I want to see if the machine's heating. So in our owner's manual video series, which is also in the written owner's manual that you get with the machine, we explain all this. But I want to go through this real quickly on what the machine is going to do. So when you turn your machine on, you're going to hear that quick alarm. The two lights are going to come on. And then the key thing is this green light is going to do something. So either the green light is going to be solid or the green light is going to blink. Right now, our machine is heated up to pressure. So this is a 100 machine. We're heated up to pressure. The green light is solid, meaning that this machine has already heated and it's ready to go. There's two times when your green light is going to be illuminated solid like this. One is when the machine needs water. When the machine needs water, the green light's going to be solid and that's going to kick the internal pump on. You'll hear the pump as a vibrating noise and it'll buzz and it's going to have to pull water from your back tank. So we want to see the water moving through your water filter. It's going to pull water from your container. It's going to pull it through the water filter, send it back through the machine, through the pump, and into the boiler. The pump is generally going to run for anywhere from half a minute to a minute when the machine is totally empty, filling the boiler. So you're going to hear that buzzing noise. You're going to see the water depleting from your water tank. It's going to go into the boiler. Now, it's not in heat mode at that point. It's still in fill mode, and your green light is still going to be solid. Once the pump stops, if everything is working correctly, the water sensor knows that the boiler is full, sends the signal to the computer. We know that the boiler is full, it's okay and safe to heat. Then what's going to happen is the computer is going to send a signal to the heater to turn on, and then your green light is going to go from solid to blinking. That means that we're in heat mode. These are the two things that I generally need to know when there's a problem with the machine. I need to put it on either side. I need to know if we have a water fill problem or if we have a heating problem. So right now, this machine is ready to go. We're at full pressure. So if I squeeze the steam trigger, we're going to get steam coming out of the gun. And now you notice the green light went back to blinking, meaning that we've dropped a little bit of pressure. The goal of the machine is always to maximize the pressure, so it goes back into heat mode. And the green light is going to stay blinking until our maximum pressure is reached, and then the green light's going to go back to solid, which should be very shortly. Now you can use the machine anytime that you see the pressure over about 90 psi. You don't always have to wait for this green light to be solid, and once it gets back to maximum pressure, the green light goes solid again, meaning that the machine's ready to go. As soon as we start using the steam, we deplete a little pressure and the green light goes back to blinking. Now, in instances where you're having a problem with the machine and you're telling me, well, the machine doesn't make any pressure, the gauge is all the way at 0. So instead of being at 110 where 100 machine should be, you're down to 0 and it's never heated, it's never made any pressure. That's where I need to determine if it did or did not fill the boiler in the first place or if we have a heating problem. So these are things that I'm going to ask you before we go any further. What's the green light doing? Those are generally things that I need to know. So my question that I ask more than any other question is, what's the green light doing? Is the green light solid? Is the green light blinking? Do you have any pressure on your gauge? Did it take water from the tank? Did you hear the pump come on? So I take it as, did it fill the boiler? Was that successful or unsuccessful? And are we in heat mode? And is heat mode successful or unsuccessful? So if we have a situation where our green light is solid but the pump's not running, we might have a water pump problem. We might have a blockage somewhere. If the green light is blinking but still not making pressure, then we probably have a heating issue. Now, that's really not for you to know. It's a little bit complicated. For me, it's very easy. But this is where I need to go in diagnostics. And hopefully knowing a little bit about how the machine works, and if you watch some of our other videos on maintenance and repair and diagnostics, you'll get an idea of how the machine works. So if you do have a problem and you need to call me and explain what's going on, it makes it easier for me to understand. And hopefully this is one of the reasons why you're going to choose me over one of my competitors, because I know the machine's going to break. And when it breaks, we're going to take care of it. And we want to be accurate in what the problem is to begin with, not just throw parts at it or guess at it. I don't guess. I'm 100% accurate in what the problem is. So we're going to figure out what the problem is. And when I send you a part, I'm going to be almost 100% sure that that's going to fix the problem. Or if the machine needs to come back to me and I see it in front of me, I'll figure it out very easily. But that's also a thing that I think separates me from my competitors and why you should buy a Chief steamer over one of my competitors.